Hey everyone, what's up? My name is Nicholas Huggins and I'm a graphic designer from Trinidad and Tobago, and today I want to talk to you all about the 5 things to look for in a successful logo. Number 1, every single successful logo, in my opinion, and I think the opinion of most graphic designers out there, is that the logo has to look good in black and white. So the reason that all logos need to look good in black and white is because a lot of times the logo might have to be used in a place where you just can't use it with color. So if you're getting that logo embroidered onto a t-shirt, sometimes to keep the cost low, you might just do one color. Typically when I'm designing a logo, I design it first in black and white, then I introduce color to the design afterwards. Because if it doesn't look good in black and white, chances are that it wouldn't look good in color either. What I want to do is show you all one logo here, which is the NBC logo, which is the famous rainbow colored peacock. And as you can see here, it looks good both in color and it is also successful in black and white. So if they need to reproduce that anywhere where color will not be able to be used, they know that it still looks good in black and white and it'll be all good. So the second thing that every single successful logo must be able to do is scale down. Because a logo might look amazing up on a billboard, but when you scale that down to like the size of a penny to go on a badge or to go on an app or wherever, that needs to look good at like 1 centimeter small. The same way it needs to look good blown up like 20 feet wide up on a billboard. Let's look again at this NBC logo. It looks really nice here at this size, but also when it gets smaller and smaller and smaller, it's still readable and it's still noticeable as the NBC logo, even at this tiny size. To me, that's one of the indicators of a good logo. So when a graphic designer sends you that logo, make sure that it looks good, scaled all the way down. The third thing is that your logo must represent your business, must represent your market, and must speak to your consumers. A lot of times your logo is the first thing that a consumer sees, so you need to be able to speak to them and they should be able to look at it and know, okay, this is a logo for a restaurant or this is a logo for an athletic company. And there should be no confusion. You shouldn't be able to see a restaurant logo and think to yourself, why does this look like a high-end clothing brand? So the example I'm going to share with you all here is athletic wear. So we're going to take a look at some logos. So we have Reebok, Under Armour, Asics, Nike, and Adidas. So you can see here that they all sort of have that same kind of feel, even though they're all so different. You can look at these things and you can know, okay, cool, they fall within a certain category. You know you're not going to see that Reebok logo on the outside of a restaurant, or you're not going to see that Under Armour logo on a box of cookies. The fourth point to note is that you don't want to use more than 2 fonts in your logo. Even using 2 fonts sometimes is a bit of a stretch, and it takes a really skilled designer to be able to use 2 fonts successfully in one logo. And just to quickly look back at these athletic brand examples once more, you can see that all of these use 1 font and it uses it pretty successfully. And I think in most cases 1 font is all you need to have that successful logo and get that nice simple feel that all of these logos here have. My recommendation always to clients, just stick to that 1 font or max 2 fonts in your logo and you get something that looks really nice and simple, and that usually works. And the fifth and final point when designing a logo or having your logo designed is stay away from cliches. You don't want something that looks like every other logo out there. You want something unique, you want ideas that are previously unexplored, or even if it has to be something in a cliched realm, to do it in a unique way. And one example that I'm going to use to show you all this is the Paris Tourist Board logo, where they used the Eiffel Tower as their starting point of the design, but did it in a really nice and simple and unexpected way. So we see here the Paris logo. It's really nice. The A is the Eiffel Tower, but it's still in a sort of an understated way. And you get that kind of playful vibe with the I and the dot on the I. So the design agency that did this logo did a really nice little job here putting together what they did when creating this logo and what the logo didn't want to have. So you can see here, they have everything they didn't want the logo to be. So babyish, already seen, they didn't want it to be a fashion and luxury, etc, etc. And all these logos here I think are very cliched. And the logo that they came up with is super simple, speaks about the place but in a sort of an understated way. And as you can see here, everything works really nicely together. You see how it looks here? It works small, it works big, It also works in black and white. We see it here on this building front. This logo, to me, sort of exemplifies everything we spoke about before. You see them here used with these nice illustrations. I think this is a pretty successful logo. So just to wrap up everything, the 5 things that you all want to keep in mind when designing a logo or having a logo designed for you are: must look good in black and white. It must be scalable, has to be able to be read at a tiny scale as well as a huge scale. The 3rd thing is it must represent your business and your market and speak to your consumers. The 4th thing is no more than 2 fonts. Please do not design a logo with like 4 fonts. That's a big no-no. And finally, number 5, stay away from cliches. Let's try to create some unique logos out there in the world for all to see. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to leave a thumbs up, leave a comment, and subscribe to my channel.